Before the Byzantine age, there was an inquisition to know about the earth, the phenomena, the occurrences that take place on the earth's surface. Men like Aristotle, Eratosthenes, and others were out to determine some certain variables that take place on the earth's surface. Because of that, many writings were going on in different places, which gave birth to a discipline that was called geography, that found its way into the sciences and later into the social sciences. Geography stems from two Greek words, which means geo, relating to the earth shape, geo, and graphy, which is a Greek word for writings, inscriptions, or publications about a specific discipline. In this modern time, we say geography is the study of the earth, its environment, the occurrences, phenomena that take place on the surface of the earth. Earth has its own environment, and man that lives on earth also has his own environment on the earth. So what are the environment of earth? Earth's environment is those neighbors that surrounds the earth, like cosmos and space, as well as asteroids, nebulas, and others. Then man also lives on the surface of the earth with other faunal lives like plants and animals. So we now say that man that lives on the surface of the earth, writing about the earth, has physical elements in his surrounding, and he also has biological, hydrological elements, as well as atmospheric elements that makes up his own environment. Over time, geography has taken its scope, or has tended to look at areas of human aspect, physical aspect, as well as informative or information technology aspects. So what are the scopes or areas of studies of geography at this level? We have physical geography, which studies man surrounding on the earth's surface, taking into account lithography or the lithosphere on the earth's surface, hydrological structure or hydrodynamics on the earth's surface, sphere, as well as other spheres like atmosphere. Going beyond that to the cosmos, we also look at the planetary bodies and others. Then man also has his way and culture which he imbibes, and this has been stirred or affected by these physical variables or earth itself. So because of that, we now say that the human aspect is the human geography of geographic scope or area that it covers. Then as man tend to look at or inquire about the earth's surface and things outside the earth in earth's environment, like the planetary bodies, the nebulas, and others, the geographic information science, we tend to look at data and the way the data is collected about remote areas or environment of the earth or outside the earth. What are the areas or field of studies in geography? Field of studies in geography are very diverse. We have meteorology, which is the study of weather, and those that study weather are called meteorologists. Then we also have climatology, which is the study of climate. and those that are specialists in these areas are called climatologists. They look at the variables in weather atmospheric condition of a place by measuring the elements of weather and climate. We also have geographic information system or geography information science. We tend to study how data or information is gotten from space and remote areas around the earth. We also have environmental science, which study the system around man and variable around man. Others are teaching professions in geography: geographer, cartographer, urban and regional planner, geologist, oceanographer, meteorologist, and surveyor. Why do we need to study geography? Geography helps us to know about the environment of man, whether social, human, biosphere, hydrosphere, or physical. Then it also helps us to be independent in moving around the earth, knowing where we are treading on or what to expect, whether hydrodynamics or aerodynamics in different areas of the earth. Then it also helps us to know about other places, the culture of others, or the lifestyle of other people that we have not met. In studying geography, we now know how the Eurotender areas, people in Java or Irrawaddy tend to live in their places due to the high level of snowfall or due to the high level of low temperature in those areas. Then man tends to also navigate his way through nautical points to the North Pole and South Pole and find things out for himself. In the study of geography, we can be able to forecast the weather and know about climate, knowing when to plant, when to harvest, and how to deal with our crops. Then geography also helps us to know about coordinates on the Earth's surface, which have been used over time by geographic information science. Away in our cars with our phone by global positioning system, which is called GPS, and other art forms that tend to take coordinates on the Earth's surface into consideration to pinpoint a particular location in order for somebody not to get lost as he's navigating his way to unknown terrain. Geography also changes our perspective on how we look at variables or occurrences on the Earth's surface without fear. For example, man can either use unmanned aircraft or manned aircraft or rocket to go to other planets and explore about those planets. A program that uses speed or temperature to take information through satellite in those remote areas and so brings back to the Earth. Geography is important and handy in agricultural areas when we know the precipitation level and the barrenness or scariation of the land that will help us to know how we are going to plant, what agricultural system we will carry out, especially in relief areas like plateaus and mountains where terrace agriculture is practiced, and man has to determine which side of the mountain is leeward or which side of the mountain is windward. That means which side is barren and which side is fertile. When we study the soil, the edaphic condition of the soil can also help us to know how to plant and what crops to plant. I hope you understood all that has been discussed or pointed in this lesson. Diligently read through the content and watch the video with utmost concentration and focus so that you'll be able to answer the quizzes and assignments or games attached to this lesson. Until our next lesson, keep your fingers crossed. Au revoir.